Hi FPL managers, welcome back to the channel. It's the Redman FPL Focus. My name is Ola, and guys, I want to quickly say compliments of the season. I've got my Xmas jumper out. I hope you've done the same. You are in the vibe and in the feeling of Christmas. So guys, in this video I would be talking you through my game week 16 points review, and we'll touch on all the major talking points, from looking at the players that are injured and those players that were fit and suddenly didn't play a part in the game week for their teams. We'll look at them and see what exactly went wrong, what happened, and we'll talk about the Afcon players that are departing for Afcon this time in the season. And so guys, for the rest of the video, we'll look at my game week 17 bench boost team. Do I still have transfers that I'm looking to make? We'll talk about that. Then we'll look at the Afcon assets and replacements, people like Ismail Assar, who is a major FPL asset in a lot of our teams. We'll look at whom you can easily go for to replace him. And then I'll be looking at game week 17 best cheap strategy. Yes, I'm on a bench boost, but guys, I feel there are other cheap strategy or chips that you can be playing this game week that will make you feel a lot powerful. So I think a chip like the free hit is an awesome game week to play a free hit, and if you've got a triple captain, I think it's also a decent game week to take a punt on a triple captain. And then guys, I'm also going to be looking at my mini league, the review of my mini league for this game week. I think I've been sleeping on my mini league. At one point in the season, the number one in my mini league was ranked 34 in the world, and I think currently is still around the top 1k, top 3k thereabout. And at some point in the season, I think the first 8 managers in my mini league were inside the top 8k. So that's really massive. It means the mini league is competitive, guys. So I will do a quick review about that, and then finally conclude the video for the game week, talking about my game week 17 captaincy. Who do I want to go for? I know I've been talking lately about, you know, capitalizing on the game weeks where Erling Haaland blanks to go against him. So guys, am I gonna play that way this game week or not? So keep it locked with the video and watch to the very end. I'm sure you will enjoy these, guys. See you on the next page. Alright FPL managers, thank you for keeping it locked to this point in the video, and if you're still watching, kindly hit the subscribe button, give us a like, engage me in the comment section at the end of the video. Tell me what you observed, what you would like to contribute to everything I have said. So guys, 7 straight green arrows, super proud about that. And of course the rank kind of been struggling, but this week we made a proper leap. So at the moment the team has moved up to 4.3 million, moving at about 500k places. Well, I can do with that for now. So guys, it was 74 points on the bounce this game week, and of course the one that took me as a surprise was DOKU not playing. So I had an auto sub this game week, guys. If you can pay attention, you will see just here there was a player out, DOKU, and the player in was Dewsbury Hall. The funny thing is both players didn't play more than 15 minutes. So DOKU didn't even get to travel with the Manchester City team, while Dewsbury Hall only played 15 minutes against Chelsea. And of course he is got an hamstring injury. He is a complete sell. Wouldn't say keep him in your team. He's gonna lose value, even though he's one of the cheapest FPL assets. I think he's grown from 4.6 million to 5.1 thereabout, or 4.5 million to 5.1. So he's one of those players that a lot of managers have been buying in their FPL team, and currently now he's flagged injured. So on my bench there is no clean sheet return or DEFCON for the Crystal Palace assets, so they completely lost it against Man City this weekend, and I'm happy I have them both in my bench, talking about Chris Richards and Henderson. Van Herka, I wasn't expecting too much, but the only surprise from this game is the fact that Liverpool did keep a clean sheet, and well, my investment in Virgil van Dijk paid off, so I wouldn't complain about that. I'm very excited to have Virgil's points come in as a clean sheet, and of course just ahead of a period we can say the better game weeks for him. I think it's encouraging that he's kept a clean sheet already. So the games against Spurs, Wolves and Leeds, I think he will just want to do another one. Moving on to the midfield, it's a blank from Declan Rice, but I'm very pleased I kept him in the starting 11 because I had a feeling he was going to play. I did mention to you guys, these people have got access to the best antibiotics, and I don't think a flu would keep him out of the team. Then I went with Bukayo Saka as the game week captain. If you can see right now, Saka is my game week captain. and he returned 11 points, 22 as the captain, 2 assists. Of course, call it the own goal assist, whatever you want to call it. I will take it anytime, any day, as long as FPL is concerned. And then one of my transfers for the game week, Bruno Fernandes, coming clutch. He got a goal and he got an assist, and of course attracted bonus point to himself. I think he's right now fixture proof, and for a player that we can say is fixture proof, he's also got good run of games coming up. Yeah, Villa, Newcastle are quite challenging, but then he's got Wolverhampton and Leeds United somewhere there, and I think it's a positive run of game for that man. In the attack, it's a blank from Thiago and Raul Jimenez. Thiago in particular, I'm disappointed in because this is the third game week running for this fella, and he bags 90 minutes every week. So what's really holding you from banging those goals? And you are just behind Haaland, number 2 highest goal scorer in the league. I think you should keep putting in an effort to keep getting those goals. So well, he needs to step up whatever he thinks he's doing in this league. So that's it for my game week 16 points review, guys, and I'm now going to show you my team for game week 17, transfers that were made, the players I want to buy in my team, and we'll talk about them. Alright managers, thank you for watching till this point in the video. I want to now touch on the team for game week 17. So guys, I've activated the bench boost. I'm super positive about playing this strategy this game week, and then I would be making my transfers on the video, live on this video. So the transfer I would be making would be on DOKU. Of course, he's injured. They say a leg injury is expected on the 1st of January, but I don't think I want to be patient with him till that time. Easily I could go for a Phil Foden in my team, but I don't have that team value or budget to afford Foden because I'm heavily invested in players like Virgil van Dijk, in a player like Erling Haaland, in a player like Bukayo Saka, and of course Bruno Fernandes. So that kind of sort of stops me from going all in on a player like Phil Foden. So far I'll say I've been missing out on Phil Foden's returns for the last couple of game weeks. So guys, on my bench is Dubravka, Declan Rice of Arsenal, Raul Jimenez, and of course Van Hecke. This is not my final team for game week 17. I might still make a few transfers, but well guys, one transfer is 100% been done already, and that is Dewsbury Hall becoming Harry Wilson. So I took out Dewsbury Hall, brought in Harry Wilson. Of course, he got the double digits last game week, and I didn't get him in my team. So I feel hopefully he could get something against Nottingham Forest or maybe against West Ham. So guys, the 2 Fulham players in my team, I think I'll give them 2 more game weeks. After that, I would be looking to get them out of the team. So for my DOKU, the injured DOKU, I think is a sideways swap. I'm simply gonna get CHERKI in. I watched him play in the EFL Cup yesterday, and that was on Wednesday night, and I was quite pleased with his minutes. He didn't play beyond 75 minutes, and same can be said for Foden. Foden came on as a sub, and I think he didn't get over an hour of football, so that means both players should be in our teams for this coming game week. I'm positive about that. Well, so guys, another transfer I would look to make into my team would be obviously checking in for the injured DOKU ahead of the game week, and perhaps if I really want to afford a Phil Foden, I would definitely have to downgrade on a player like Virgil van Dijk, which I'm not happy to do because he's got the Wolverhampton and Leeds game just in the near future. So imagine getting rid of Virgil van Dijk just before such a fixture run. I don't think it's healthy. So well, let's say CHERKI is in the team now for the flag DOKU. I don't know how serious the injury to Thiago is, but I'll leave him in my team and play him for the game week. And another player I would look to probably make a transfer on just to capitalize on the game week would be Konza. If Konza don't leave the team, it could be Dubravka. And the players I'm looking, or the team I'm targeting to bring in a player from, is Brentford. So let's say I'm doing Dubravka, I would 100% fancy a Brentford goalkeeper. So I'll go for maybe a Kelleher for the game week, but that leaves us 0.3 million, so not the most nicest move if it leaves your team in a deficit. So I could do another move by maybe chopping down on a Virgil to another player, or just bring back my goalkeeper, and then that move would be made on Konza to become, it could be a Vanderberg. I like Vanderberg personally. So it could be a Vanderberg from Brentford for the game against Wolverhampton, or a Coyote. I personally like Coyote as well. Collins is decent, but I feel we could go for either of these guys for the game week. That's for my team. It's team dependent, obviously. So for my team, these are transfers I could make for the game week. So well, guys, I think for now I'm quite pleased, and I will be confirming the CHERKI transfer on the live. Konza, I don't feel he's a must to take out my team. So CHERKI comes in for DOKU, confirming that transfer on the live is done. So well, guys, that's it for my team. And then just a quick punt on what the team selection should look like. Konza out for Van Hecker. I'm just looking if I want to squeeze Declan Rice in there for any other player, someone from the defense. I feel like there is a attacking threat with Virgil van Dijk, so I'm not sure I want to kick out Virgil from the starting lineup. So perhaps a player like Van Hecker should stay on the bench, while an attacking asset like Declan Rice plays ahead of him. So well, this could be a way I line up 3-5-2, and I feel bad that I'm gonna probably be missing out on Raul Jimenez's points, but then I will watch out for the news on Thiago to be sure exactly what's happening. But guys, at the same time, it's a bench booster team, so I'm not worried about who's on the bench. It's just to hit that button and everyone gives me points return, or rather I'm worried about who's on the bench and not worried about who is in the starting 11. So well, guys, I get points from every 15 players in the team. So guys, that'll be it ahead of the my game week 17 bench boost team. I think I'll leave it at this, and well, maybe I will just talk about captaincy right now. Captaincy 100%, I'll leave it on Erling Haaland. There's no need taking the risks. Bukayo Saka is not too inviting. Raul Jimenez, Thiago is quite inviting, but I don't think I want to go there, especially looking at last game week where a lot of managers had a bet on him to come true and then he blanked. So guys, that'll be it for my game week 17 team plans. I think I'm 100% sticking to this team lineup. Yep, 100% sticking to that. Thiago, I think that's a decent team. Doesn't matter who is in the lineup, doesn't matter who's on the bench, we get points from every player for the game week. So I'm quite positive about playing like that. So that's it for now, guys. Make sure you keep it locked to the red ending of the video. I will be talking about my game week 17 players to replace if you've got an Afcon asset in your team. So see you in the next page. Alright, FPL managers, thank you for keeping it locked to this point in the video. Let's wrap it up now real quick. So I'm going to quickly look at certain teams that are going to be more affected by the Afcon tournament. So I'll look at certain teams that have got key players that are involved in Afcon. I'll start with Crystal Palace. Of course, I think Man United and Fulham are teams to also consider on that list. Fulham will be losing 3 players, Man United another 2-3 players to Afcon, and Crystal Palace, I think losing Ismail Assar is just a one player. I think he's that vital of an asset to them. It could easily mean their attack becomes less potent, or it could mean they become more attacking because certain players could come off the bench and make them a better team. I'm gonna quickly have a look at the team. So if you like a like-for-like replacement, then consider these names from the same team. But if you like a different player considered for that position, then you will want to watch to the next few minutes of this video, because I will look at fixtures difficulty rating. What other teams can we target for the game week? So well, that should give you an idea what other players you can buy to replace these Afcon assets. So for me, looking at the Crystal Palace team, I think a replacement for Ismail Assar would be Yeremi. Yeremi is a straightforward pick. Lately he's been involved in the team. Yes, he doesn't really take his chances. He's been losing a lot of goal scoring chances, but I do feel he's a solid FPL asset, and sooner or later the goals and assists should be coming. And Ketia is another pick I fancy. I feel with the absence of Ismail Assar in the team, he would get more game time, more playing time. So yeah, obviously it's one you should consider in your team. And then I'm gonna quickly scroll over to Fulham. I think Fulham are a team that's badly affected by the Afcon. They'll be losing Iwobi, Chukwueze, Pasi. In my opinion, this one picks itself out. For example, if you have a Chukwueze or an Iwobi in your team, I'll say spend a little bit more money or maybe less money in terms of, I think Iwobi should be more expensive than Wilson and maybe Emil Smith-Rowe. Another pick I fancy from Fulham is Emil Smith-Rowe. So that's if you like to go like for like players. Maybe you like the Fulham fixtures, you like the Palace fixtures. So like for like is these players that I just mentioned. So I'll say go for R. Wilson or go for Emil Smith-Rowe in that Fulham setup. I think Sunderland and Leeds would be losing African players, players to the Afcon as well. For Sunderland, I think they're losing like a Siddiqui. Burnley would be losing Sunderland players as well. Liverpool, Man U, those teams don't look affected. Man City, neither is he affected, although they are affected by Mamouche leaving, but it's not the worst player to lose. Mamouche has pretty much been coming off the bench. Man United will be losing Ahmad, they will be losing Mbumo, and I think there's one more player, Mazraoui. So well, these are key players to their team, to whatever they've been doing this season. So I think yeah, that's a big loss in the power of Man United. So the likes of Mbumo, I'll say go for Cunha. It's not too much price difference. Cunha is a straight swap. If you don't have Bruno Fernandes, squeeze him in your team. For Ahmad, I don't really see much replacement in the Man U squad. Maybe you want to look at a player like Mason Mount, and if you like to take risks and you like to be patient with less attacking returns every game week, maybe a Casemiro. I think this would be my cover for Afcon. And now guys, let's quickly look at the FDR for the future game weeks, just so you have an idea what players you want to bring in if you've got a situation with an Afcon player. So like I mentioned, I think the likes of Bournemouth and Tottenham Hotspur have escaped the hot seat because they're keeping their assets. For example, Semenyo and Kudus are not going to the Afcon, talking about the Ghanaian players, and they happen to be key talisman for their team. So I think those teams are lucky. So well, let's look at the FDR guys, and if you're looking for differential players to squeeze in your team for the game week, I would absolutely go with a Bournemouth player. Yeah, not the worst game this week, and the future game weeks don't look the scariest. Bournemouth have got a great potent attack, so I'd say you can absolutely invest in them. Brentford's another team to invest in. Same goes for Brighton, and then the Fulham players, I think they are still an investment. Maybe the game against Liverpool, Chelsea are red flag games, but I would absolutely still consider a Fulham player. Liverpool player, you might also want to consider a player like Ekitike or Bradley from the defense. If you've got team value, then you go for Van Dijk. Man City, another team with a decent fixture run. Maybe less rotation now in the attack with injury to DOKU, Mamouche out of the squad. So I think it's pretty much easier to say, okay, I'm going for CHERKI or Reinders, and they would be part of the team. I think guys, I'm just going to leave you at that. I think Newcastle is also a team to target if you like the fixture run of that team. They are decent. Take away Chelsea, Man United, I think Newcastle would absolutely blow away every team that's lined up there. Crystal Palace could be difficult. Villa could be difficult in game week 23. But aside that, I think they've got a decent run of games, talking about Newcastle. So guys, now straight up I will take you to the mini league, and then we'll finalize on my game week captain for the week. Alright managers, let me quickly touch on my mini league because it's a very awesome mini league. At some point this season, number 1 was ranked 34 in the world, so I think it's worth mentioning in my mini league every game week. It's something I might add in my video checking the rankings in my mini league. So number 1 is Northside Jane Watson, and Isati to Robin Rangi is also number 2. I think they've kind of interchanged in the last 4-5 game weeks between themselves. And then Are You Kidding Me is number 3, Josh Dutch. Number 4 is RKO399, Jamal Ahmed. McGuinness Locks 5th, Moawi LC 6th. 7th is VRS Blocker, Fine Brian. Lorik FC number 8 in the overall rank, or rather in the league ranking. She's a lady. She comes on the live stream. I ask her, what is your plan for your team ahead of the game week? And she's always willing to share brilliant ideas about her team plan. And there's the real Slim Shada, number 9, number 10 is Polar Bear United. And guys, if you do join my live stream on a regular on TikTok, I've got a fella that does like a co-host with me. His name is Imran Khan. He's currently number 13 in the league, and I think he's got an overall rank of 104k overall rank right now. Yeah, 104k overall rank. So we talk about each other's teams, we decide what players to bench, what players to play. And last game week he banked 101 points, courtesy of all our idea sharing on the live stream. So guys, you do not want to miss out on that. You want to come join us on the live stream, talk about your team, talk about your benching headaches, transfer targets. We are there to help you. So, well, number 1 in the mini league north side, he got 72 points last game week. I think pretty similar to the final score for the game week, but he's got a bigger headache in my opinion, because he's got 4 flagged players. Mbumo goes to Afcon, but then 3 players being flagged is never a good thing. I think he could ignore the Thiago one, but Danbon and Livramento is a concern. I don't know why he's gone double Newcastle defense, but perhaps he's looking to capitalize on the Newcastle defensive returns. So well, his overall rank at the moment is 11k in the world, so 11,197. Overall points is 1,033. He's absolutely flying for the season. If I had that point, I would absolutely do with it. So guys, that's it covered for the mini league. I'll take you now to my final conclusion for the game week. So guys, this is still the team for the Benchboost game week 17. If I was to make any changes to this team, I'll probably would be wanting to replace Konza. I don't like his next run of games. They look wicked. Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal. I can absolutely look elsewhere. Maybe a Newcastle player, maybe a Bournemouth player, or even another Fulham player, and try enjoy this run of games that Fulham have got, rather than being patient with a Konza that's got this wicked run of games. And of course, he plays Bruno Fernandes, Man United, this weekend, so that sort of puts me away. I know he could get Defcon, that's still rewarding, but I want a chance of a clean sheet, and of course maybe Defcon. I don't think Konza can do that. At the same time, having Bruno Fernandes means I don't want Bruno to blank, so I might have to make that replacement on Konza. But guys, it's a bench boost. You don't have to get it all right. I'm pretty much okay having 11 players that have got decent game week, but then I have got over 11 players that have got decent fixture and a decent matchup. So maybe I might just leave Konza sitting there, leave my captaincy on Erling Haaland. But of course, it is boring captaining Haaland every game week. I wish I could go for a Bruno Fernandes or Saka if I was really in that position to take risk. But right now I'm trying to maintain a decent season, try and gain rank, so I'm not taking too many risks. I'm not exposing myself to all those risks. But guys, these are ways you can play. If you've got a rank around top 1,500,000, 250k, why not play like this and see yourself leap over those mini league managers that have not dropped points in a minute? So well guys, I hope the video has been enjoyable so far and you've learned 1 or 2 things ahead of game week 17. If you did enjoy that, please leave us a like, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to see you all next time in my video. And yeah, have a lovely game week. Stay on the side of the green arrow. See you next time. Thank you.